All right, welcome back, everybody. The first story that we have today is about Atiku. Atiku. Let's talk about Atiku. Abubakar Atiku, President, Vice President Atiku Abubakar. There's a story here that I'm looking at on. Where is this? Just pardon me for a second, guys. Pardon me. Okay, it's on Sahara Reporters. As a matter of fact, okay. It says former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has reportedly offered Labour Party's 2023 presidential candidate Peter Obi the vice president slot in a proposed single-term coalition ticket ahead of the 2027 general elections. All right, hold on one second. Aha, just wanted to make sure I'm displaying my illustrations properly. All
It's all
right,
right.
so apparently he's off. Is okay. So that's the catch. I guess that will be the catch. He's only going to do first term. According to the Punch, the officer was made during the the offer was made during a private meeting between Atiku and Obi in the United Kingdom earlier this year. And I just wanted to know what are your thoughts about this? Because some people are saying like, wait, is it desperate? Is this smart? Is this what do you think about this? Is this a tactic that we need? You just said something during your special about this
Coalition.
this coalition of a thing. It's my turn. A Milocon type of attitude, and the danger in these desperate moves
Mm.
that Nigerian
You
politicians.
probably you probably will call it the phenomenon of a local Nigerian enterprises. It's like
Hey,
it's like some um, self-imposed overlords have
yes,
they have allotted it. Oh, I go, you go, and
hey,
like gang raping Nigeria, and
right.
but
So,
good enough.
so, so let me ask you. Let me ask you like this. In my opinion,
Right.
I think Atiku is done. Of course, Nigerians are unpredictable, but it's pulling all this kind of stunts. I guess because we don't know what's going to happen next. They said earlier this year, right? Peter Obi will be Nigerian, new fave, right? So maybe he thought he could, because again, this sounds like going backwards. This if Peter Obi was managed to win Lagos last time and he took almost a third of all the votes in Nigeria, what makes him think that he will want to go backwards? So, what are your thoughts about this? I would like to know, sir.
Thank you, Ola. This is not, this is pretty much not about my personal thought. What was the response of Mr. Peter Obi to this report itself? He said he is not running to be, uh, it was running made to anybody.
He said that. I didn't know that.
He said that earlier today.
Oh
I
wow.
think it was part of the stuff that came off from his visit to the Anglican Bishop of Kubwa Diocese in Federal Capital Territory. Church, maybe Federal Capital. Yeah, Kubwa is located in the Federal Capital Territory, but uh, is it Kubwa Diocese of the uh, what's it called? The Episcopal uh, province of Church of Nigeria. So Anglican Communion. So I listened to him very well, and he said he will be part of whatever will drive out hunger, lack of education, and everything that could be considered indices of underdevelopment. For me, it suffices that, yes, we can set agenda in the media, we can speculate around some of this stuff that leaders, some of the deals, some of these leaders uh, are often cut in dark recesses of wherever they meet. For example, I love some words that were thrown at us at a media workshop way back in, I think, either 1999 or 1998. Either 1998 or 1999. that forum we had at ECOWAS headquarters in Abuja. And all of us, we were in the euphoria of a return to civil democratic governance. So there was this media workshop there. And then Dr. Raf Akifeleye, now Professor Raf Akifeleye, famously of University of Lagos communications, mass communications department, saying, you know, it is expected of politicians to desperately want to keep journalists out of the deal, but journalists must devise means, that means of always breaking into the deal and telling it to the people. That is the only way through which we can destroy not just aspects of mendacity, deception, and falsehood in governance. Because wherever you find all these requisite conduct in public governance, honestly, that society would always struggle without succeeding at attaining its best, its potentials for all-round development. So what we are saying here is that everybody must maintain that guard so that we do not fall into that risk of being led by the nose by politicians who may not even have anything on the uh, plate for the vast majority of the citizens of our country or homeland. Because you and I, we are caught in this web of having a dual citizenship, American, Nigerian. But the point we're making here is this: I do not see Mr. Peter Obi as an unprincipled wimp. No. So far, so good. He's been able to hold out his own turf. He's been able to let people know that this is the identity I carry, even when they try to shame him, when they try to make him, to ridicule him, to lampoon him.
Chief,
yes.
What if we give him the benefit of a doubt, right? What
That,
if this is we're giving Abubakar Atiku a benefit of that? Maybe this was a succession a succession plan so that they don't just give it to the kids, because they said here in the report, they said Atiku is said to have assured Obi that he would serve only one term and hand over power afterwards, right? Would you believe it's a succession plan so that there's a smooth transition into the next generation? Are you saying he's been desperate? Because Natu said here that Atiku is just trying his luck. And by the way, Natu did say thoughts and prayer to the family.
Thank you so much, Natu, and all our other friends out there. Now, but let me also say this. Unless
So
Atiku himself,
you froze at I, so you're back now. Go ahead and say I again.
let me say that I agree
Mm-hmm.
to some extent with Natu, to the extent that, yes, Atiku may be flying a kite of luck, trying to test the waters, and trying to also what concerning what I would call political luck. But it's even complex than that. From what we know, people tell you, oh, have you heard of the folkloric tale of the cock? No, the cock,
Okay.
the cock and the fox at play.
Akoko and what is fox again?
Color.
Yajagbo fox.
Yes. There are several types of ajaigbo, because when you talk
That's
of
true.
a wolf, it is ajaigbo. But
That's
fox,
true.
color.
Okay.
Yes. So the inviting glow, that is the, what do you call that thing on the head of a cock? That
I don't know. I forgot. I know what you're
Well,
talking
you
about.
have to remember the thing that you have the female thing and you have the male thing. The male one is the cock, so it has this
Mm-hmm.
symbol, that crown on his head that glows, that shows that you are carrying a male thing.
The comb?
Anyway, that's right. Come,
Okay.
and it can be inviting, and then
I had never heard of it before, but
yeah,
thanks.
the attempt at touching, you touch, feel it, and all that, and
Mm-hmm.
what that what that caused the cock ended
Mm-hmm.
as yes, ended as what for um for the old folks. That's number one. I remember it was one northern politician that said, if you intend to have a ride on the back of a tiger in order to hold power, you may end up in the belly of that tiger. From what we have seen in Nigeria, the Abacha years, when he manipulated everybody to think that he was fighting because of June 12th for Abiola, and he went over to Abiola, and Abiola was encouraging everybody to go and support him and all that. At the end of the day, what did he do? He consolidated power and put Abiola in prison. And every other Nadeko person started running into exile, and some of the people some of the Nadeko people in Nigeria were hunted and killed.
Mm.
So how do you now, when you look at all these parallels, when you compare, you draw comparisons from our past history. Oh, okay, let me have power. I will transfer power to you. Is it easy
Yeah,
like that?
right.
Is it that easy? So
Mm.
everybody should just try out what they want. But for me, I want a younger Nigeria, a younger Nigerian. And you know what I've always said. Why is Atiku not using his resources and political machine
Mm.
to back a much younger, pragmatic, and honestly, he can write his name in gold. He has tried some things in Nigeria before that has earned him his place in history. And he has proved one thing. I told you, one Christmas morning in Nigeria, I was taken to him by Mr. Matthew Aramide that I met through barrister Giwa Amu in Nigeria. And Giwa Amu was one of our lawyers in those days. Honestly, when I interviewed Atiku Abubakar, he came across to me as somebody, although with all the riches he has, as somebody who does not even really look at life from the prism of materialism or material things. What did I not say to him? Please? I said, Nigerians call you a thief. Your own principal said you are a thief. He said, I wasn't a thief. All those mischaracterizations came just because I said there will be no third time. No third time. Nobody could be more blunt than that. So why I'm telling you this is that Atiku can also still do more as a Nigerian that left the place better than he met it by identifying talent amongst younger Nigerians who can really wipe off all these craze from the country's canvas. That's all I will say for now. But I do not see Peter Obi. But in politics, never say never.
Mm.
Never say never.
Never say
Otherwise,
never.
otherwise, tell me why you and I should be under the presidency of who in America today.
I know, right?
Yes, these are people who are supposed to be. They invented so many things, not just in technology, but in modern uh, political thinking and what have you. But look at the way, where we all find ourselves in America. So there can be no absolute about this. All I can say is that Nigerians should keep working at it. It is work in progress. And all of us reasoning together and pushing together and articulating what we want together and making sure that, yes, if we have to embrace that, I mean, let them be doing their own thing until shame envelops all of them that, oh, nobody is even coming out to vote for us anymore because they know that anyway we are going there to steal them dry. And then they begin to beg instead of just weaponizing hunger, and then during elections, people come out because they have no options. At some point,
All right.
something will give in.
All
Thank you
right.
very much.
Thank you very much. Anyway, speaking of, you know who we find ourselves under. Uh,
Right.
uh, let's move on to the next story. I just have one question for the audience. Um, what are your thoughts about this? Join the conversation in the comment section. Would like to know, is this article of a thing, should you go and rest and just let the Peter Obis carry along? Abi, he still has a massive or a very long runway in front of him. Maybe he can help Nigeria take off at last. Anyway, so hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications. Let's move on to some other trendy story. We'll be right back.